to me that why don't we read a book on the Fadhail Bayt al-Maqdis under these circumstances? It turns out to be very fortuitous that we decided to do so, especially in light of what has happened this morning. The Waqfa Itlaq al-Nar, the armistice that happened between the Israelis and the Palestinian resistance. We know that it is not a true cessation of hostilities, but at the very least, some lives will be spared in the interim. And most importantly, it was a huge moral, if not material, victory for the Palestinian people. Think of a country bereft of everything in terms of material abilities, yet they were able to withstand almost 2 weeks of continuous onslaught by one of the most powerful militaries in the world, and completely isolated from the rest of the world. They were able to respond in a manner that caused harm to the enemy from an angle which was not expected at all. I want to make mention specifically in this regard of two young men. Now they've passed away, but they were young men when they started their work. The one, and both of them are engineers. The one was Yahya Ayyash, after whom the latest version of the Qassam rocket was mentioned, was named, and the other one was Muhammad Lizwari, an engineer of Tunisian origin who was responsible for the development and the building of the unmanned drones within Gaza itself, at a time when there was barely anything to construct anything out of. And I want to say that this goes back more than 20 years from now. The work that went into the rockets that you saw sending into the Palestinian sky and striking Israeli targets, that work started 20, 30 years ago, when this young man from Tunisia was smuggled into Gaza, where he laid the foundation of building these unmanned drones. And what we saw today was the outcome of a long, extended period of work and preparation. Yahya Ayyash, graduating from Birzeit University with a degree in engineering, set his expertise to the task of developing the type of rockets that we saw that astonished the world and astonished the Israeli military. What we learn from it is that this ummah will continuously go through hard times. But even during the hardest of hard times, we never lose hope. We never lose hope, and we know hard times are going to come. And since we know that hard times will come, then we prepare for it. We prepare for it spiritually, we prepare for it materially. The nation that would have probably been the last one to have been able to do that would have been this besieged group of people in the enclave of Gaza. Yet they did something that astonished the entire world, both spiritually and materially and militarily. Allah Ta'ala gave them the strength and the determination to continue resisting under these circumstances, and give us the rest of the ummah the tawfiq to continue making dua for them and never losing sight of the position that Bayt al-Maqdis and al-Masjid al-Aqsa hold within the collective Muslim psyche and our belief system.